What's this? Yeah. We are back. I am back. I am back. Listen to this. Listen to that. All you fantastic people. Hmm? Hello, Rib. What up, yo? Captain Boss! Yeah, man, I'm back. Back from London. It was a absolute blast. Absolute blast to be in London again and at the work industry workshops.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lil Rib, man. Oh, cheers. You resubscribed third month in a row. That is sick. That is sick. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. You're a star. So, what should I draw today? Anything goes. We are back to free. How was the saying? Weapons are free. Hey, Zalin. How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Just Honest. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. So today I was thinking I'll kind of, as I didn't post any videos about the workshop because I was swamped. I was swamped. I was gonna maybe I have this schedule. They had an app, and I'll kind of walk through it. Hey, Janae, welcome back, man. And T-Can, ooh, T-Can, you're back. So now, so any topics will do, whatever word combination or single word you can come up with, it's good to go, and I'll and I'll try to do something about it. So we got deep sea diver, deep sea liver. What's liver? Liver. Um, yeah, any topics will do. I'll do it. We'll ro roll the dice. Hey, Yatsuki. How are you? And Alms. We are. We got Alms in the house, people. Oh, and I got I'm gonna make sure not to show the code on the back, but everyone there got a kit bash from Max Berman. Armless Beast and Deep Sea Diver. As I've only got two suggestions, I will dice roll those two suggestions just to get the ball rolling as it's 10 past. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be Deep Sea Diver. 4, 5, 6 is going to be Armless Beast. Let's roll. Armless Beast by T-Ken. And welcome back, T-Ken. Welcome back. Armless Beast. Armless Beast by T-Ken. Deep sea liver. All right, let's start the clock. Okay, let's get back to doing. Oh man, cheers. Now I got $100 from the from Twitch. I want to buy a proper microphone because this microphone is just. Well, it is a cheap one. Hey, Eric Moy, welcome back, man. You lose it a 50-50. Yeah, you could have won 50-50 as well. So, I'm gonna kind of recap my experience, or try to, right? And I'm gonna do straight up paint. Let's see how that goes. So, I didn't make it. I didn't make it to the workshop on registration day, which was a Thursday. I I arrived Friday early morning, more or less just when they opened the floodgates. And first of the bat, what you were welcome with, it was like a two-floor space, and everything was on the second floor, and the first floor was entryway and like breakfast area. Ah man, all right, Lurip. Good luck with the renovations. Hey Isra, how's it going? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back. Anyway, so the first thing you were greeted with was there was breakfast. So you came in. There was a coffee crew that's there every year, and a breakfast crew, are there every year, and you could get your free breakfast and coffee. The breakfast was like bagel with fried sausage, and it was like a buffet style. They were frying sausage and vegetarian stuff and mushrooms and all sorts of tasty stuff to put in a bread. And then they had salad and coleslaw, fruits and bananas, water, coke, whatever. You could just pick your breakfast, right, and make your own. Hey, Shartha, how's it going? But you had to go upstairs to registration, and as you registered, uh, and as you registered, you got a swag bag, like a goodie bag with the Firestarter magazine, Procreate key, I think, Kit Bash, a Kit Bash pack. I got let's see, the Victorian one. So you get like a fully textured Kit Bash kit to from um, Kit Bash 3D. Hey, over the breakfast. Oh, well, glad you guys could make it back. Oh shit, armless. Armless. Can't have arms. um, So after that, after you registered, you went to got your breakfast, obviously, if you wanted to, and then what happened next was just at the registration, it was like this massive floor, and they had segmented the floor up into sections. First section was recruiters, so there was recruiters everywhere. They had their booths, VR stands, Wacom stands, Creative Assembly, Splash Damage, Sumo, Axis, loads of them everywhere. He's right, yeah. It was a blast. It was a blast. So you walked around there, looked, and they had set up there at the same area as the registration. So you got like first hand pick of studios you want to show your portfolio to, and you could just walk up to them, and the studio would look at your stuff, and you could, you know, try to get hired. And some of people there actually found artists that they hired. Um, I knew most of the recruiters, not most, but quite a few of them, and I were talking to them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, there's some pretty good ones they snagged up, which is awesome." Um, so if you think about the space divided in three, like a huge rectangle warehouse, kind of divided in three. So first third was recruitment area and like the front desk. Second area was lecture hall 1, which was a really cool setup with chairs and speaker systems and all that, and the sound was like coming down rather than being blasted out, so that the sound didn't leak too much away from the area. Um, then the second, no, the third was the second speaker place, but also the demo screens. There was three big, like 50-inch TVs or 60-inch TVs for each demo artist. So you could like walk by it and look at what the demo artists were doing. That and lecture hall 2 was the biggest one as well. So and then in the very back there was a VR corner where you could do VR and play and just experience VR, big sponsored by some companies. So that was the general setup of it, and then there was a smoking area where everyone was standing outside, like a courtyard, inner courtyard. Um, so I arrived and I kind of tried to get my bearings. Everyone was excited. A lot of shy people. Day one of workshop, you don't dare to talk to anyone, more or less. But I met a lot of good friends, lecturers, and attendees. So first one that I went to look at, I think, was, first of all, I checked Danar Voria and Sean Cervente. They were demoing. I had to look at those people. Danar Voria did some cool thumbnail stuff, and I briefly had a listen to Matthias van Kamp talking about Total War. And after those, I went to listen to Pauline Voss and Katrina van Groove. Katrina van Groove did avian anatomy, and she's like a bird specialist, and she was talking a lot about birds anatomy and common misconceptions, and she even brought up a massive chicken, uncooked chicken, from the supermarket, and started manhandling it and showing like how the anatomy works and all the pieces, and she had like anatomical drawings on sculptures of hers to show like, oh, in here there's the bone and this is how the leg works, and like full breakdown of avian anatomy, which was crazy to listen to. I mean, she knows those things inside out, and she had an art book as well for sale, where fully understand like this. I mean, in a way, avian anatomy is quite alien when you look at it. How it's designed to walk around. It's like a predator kind of. Hey Torvald, yeah, it was crazy. She like stood out in the front, manhandling uncooked chicken, and oh, it was crazy. It was really cool to see. Then there were lunch downstairs. You could get free lunch if you wanted, but most people, ventured out and ate some. Because around the workshop was in the penny lane. So there's loads of restaurants everywhere. Serving lunch as well. So me, the Beard Bros guys. Hey Ricky, yeah, I'm back from London from the workshops. So I went to eat lunch with the Beard Bros guys. A guy called Marnix Rickers and a few others. For those, Beard Bros guys are Örjan, who comes in, and Jordy, who comes in now and then, and they do a stream as well. Yeah, and after that, I didn't catch Ian Miller's talk. I went to listen in on Axis Animation. They had like a panel. Hey Amir, how's it going? So I listened to the panel talk. Oh, and Nick Carver. If you don't know Nick Carver, he's a sick guy. Really good artist, and he's been kind of venturing into making his own games, and he's prototyping many different types of games, and he went through his thinking about shape language and project, like how to control your project, and it was really really interesting to listen to and watch again. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Nick Carver. If you ever get a chance to listen to him talk, or look at his art books, or just have an experience with him, I would recommend it. He's really really good. A voodoo breakfast. Oh really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Nick Carver is great. He's such a cool guy. Um, and there was like wildlife drawing, live wildlife. So there was like lizards, chameleons, and shit. People were sitting and drawing. But that at that time I couldn't see it. Unfortunately, I got swamped by people wanting to talk to me. So I spent a lot of hours just standing and talking. Um, which was cool. I would have loved to sit and draw some lizards and shit, but I think it was okay. And the demo. Oh yeah, Iris Muddy and Giles Ketting were doing demos at that time. Um, some amazing things coming out from those two artists. Iris Muddy, if you don't know, is drawing in this super cute style. I'm a huge fan of hers. First time I met her in person, I've known her on internet for quite some time, but it was such a pleasure seeing her do her work at the demo on the demo TVs. It was really really cool. And Giles, of course, uh, he's a great artist. Love his like painterly style. He was showing off his painterly style. Um, Absolute blast to look at. And of course, Giles is an old friend of mine, so also fun to catch up again on you know talking to him. And after that, I missed John Harris most of the talk because I was talking a lot with other people, and I kind of now and then walked past John Harris. But seeing his work and listening in on his um, philosophies about art, and have he has worked for so long in the industry, and just seeing his work and hearing him talk us through the work is so crazy. Like, he's been around for so long. Giles Ketting, uh, that's his name, and John Harris is one of those like sci-fi masters. He paints you have seen his work for sure if you don't recognize his name, but he does these super painterly, really beautiful space landscapes and spaceships, and the compositions are always striking, and the colors are super juicy, uh, textures everywhere. So just being able to see his work and say hi to him and shake his hand was amazing. He was such a good artist. Um, then I missed James Kane. He's talking about sculpting, and Cam and Anev as well. I missed. I did look at Devin Platts and Victoria Hall and Connor Burke do their demos. So, hey, Alex Fal, how's it going? So Devin Platts, I had known for many years on internet, and we never met in person. But now this time I actually met him. We could talk. I was watching him doing his demo of very cute gym animals in different gym situations. A bit interesting topic of choice, but I mean he loves those kind of cute things, so it was great to sit next to him and talk to him and pick his brain a bit. Oh yeah, Giles. He's a art director and concept artist. He's a really cool guy. He's Dutch, but living in UK. Um, he worked on many games, um, and his painterly style is just so juicy. Yeah, and Connor Burke, for those who don't know, he's a big, kind of like a warm-up guy, speed painter guy. Um, I've known him a bit as well over the years on the internet, and first time meeting him as well, I think. Um, I might have met him once, like very briefly before, but now I sat next to him and watched him do his demo magic. Alex Val, yeah, Devin Plath did like a rat trying to do chin-ups, poodle with sweatbands, all sorts of funny stuff. Um, I've ordered breakfast. Yeah, John Harris. Yeah, yeah, it is like 70s, 80s, 80s spacescapes. You know, like if you think about like Frazetta but in space, that kind of classic. Um, that kind of classic style, you know. And then Jen Ravenna was talking pretty good. I was kind of running in between places, so it was a bit hard to kind of fully sit down and merge myself with her talk. But it was really nice. She had some really good points. She was kind of walking us through. And then Polo Giandoso, he worked on Pacific Rim Uprising, and he was kind of going through his thinking process of um, like the feedback from the art director for Pacific Rim and the paintings he need to paint. Frazetta, but in space, yeah, and without humans, and the muscly men are spaceships. It was really cool to see Paulo's Pacific Rim concept art and paintings, and like zooming in and talking about it. Um, I missed Angie Lobet's talk, and after that, when everyone was done talking, um, what's always cool with industry workshops. I think I'll do day two tomorrow. Uh, let's do that. Let's do day one today, day two tomorrow. And what's cool with the industry workshops is that in the price of what's it called? Emission? No, admission is that you get after the day when the workshop is over, uh, the the workshop wheels out a bar, and they bring out beer and cider free of charge. So what happens then, which is a really cool thing, is that everyone just has a beer, and and everyone hangs around in there because like the last talk ends, everyone applauds, good job, shakes the lecturer's hand, and then workers comes in and removes all the chairs and they wheel out the bar, and everyone starts to chit chat and talk and shake hands, and would you mind looking at my portfolio? Hey, John Harris, what do you think about this? Oh, hello, Ariane. I've been a big fan for years. And everyone gets drunk. Um, the open bar they had until I think like 12 at night, so you could just hang around in all the sections of the workshop, um, and just have beer or cider, hang out. They played music. Lots of people were just kind of lounging, sitting on the floor, sitting on chairs, sofas, having beer, talking, showing their art. And everyone, was in the same place and talking and interacting. It was great. And then when they did close the venue, by for legal reasons, some people went for more drinks, but I decided that no, it's enough. Midnight. I wouldn't. Don't. I hate being having a hangover at the workshop. When you want to focus and you feel like vomiting, and a concrete hat on. So I did. I just had like 5 beers maybe, and went home at midnight. There came a lot of people, Alex, all the time. That's usually what happens when I'm at a workshop. Is that a lot of people come up? It's awesome to meet people that you know from internet. I met Daniel Cotter. He was here for quite some time, and I don't know where he is now, but he used to hang out here. He was at the Unreal Bjorn a lot. Met him, and I met Jay Sars. He was also there, and Nick something. Horrible names. Katarina Asgard, who was she a lecturer? I'm horrible with names. Or was she an attendee? Because I met all the lecturers. I think I don't remember that name. I remember a Katerina, but I don't remember that surname. She's a teacher that did stuff with a stand. Let me Google her. She has no photo of herself. I think I did. I didn't talk to her a lot though. Um, she seemed to be busy with other people. Mm, I think I saw her, but I didn't really talk to her, unfortunately. Briefly, I talked to her um, when at beer, just kind of walked in on a conversation. I think the photo I saw of her looks familiar, but I'm not sure because the photo on the photo I found of her now, she's looking down, so you can't really see her face. But I think so. I think I even have a photo of her. So you tell me if it's her or not. But the photo is quite hard to see. But I think that might be her. But I'm unsure because I didn't really like hello. But I did talk to her. If that's Katrina, then yes. Then yes, I talked to her. Uh, but if not, then I don't know. No, but like the first impression of day one of the industry workshops was really cool. Lots of artists, lots of people eager to learn, which which was even nicer. You know, it was a great mood in the location. I was seeing that they had VR headsets and Oculus and all those um, programs that you use in VR were there. They had their stands, and I saw on one of the banners that Jama would come. Um, so that I was exciting for, but he wouldn't come day one. He would come day two. Jamara Bev, I think his surname is. There were VR 3D VR competitions, but that was more, I think, more like day two than day one. Day two, they had lots of demos of VR in this VR back room. Constantly things happening, which was cool. Great to see VR. It's such an interesting tool. Baby Jurabai. Jama. Jama is cool. But more of Jama, I will tell you about it tomorrow on day two of industry workshops. But I met a lot of former employees of Opus who are now in a higher position. They're like all kicking ass and taking names. Like one former guy called Joshua, his nickname is Badger. Um, Josh Badger. He's lead at Total War, which is great. And I met a lot of Total War guys, recruiters, and artists. Oh, yeah, Evan was there, obviously. Um, Meeting him is always a pleasure. He's an old friend of mine. Uh, he's a great guy. Also, obviously, Spiridon, Mr. Firestarter, was there selling Tane, which is Evans and his book, and Spiridon was also selling or showing, I think, this new book that he's doing with some Iranian artist. Tiken. Jama? Yeah, Jama is great. All right. I'd say that wraps up today's warm up and day one recap. Good to be back. Good to be doing warm ups. Um, and I did Tiken's Armless Beast. How about that? We're gonna be back tomorrow. Back to doing the warm ups. Gonna be day two of Industry Workshop recap. So make sure you tell your friends to come to warm up. Love to be back. Thank you, Just Honest. Always a pleasure to have a cup of coffee and do a warm up with you guys. It's so much fun. And let's raid Max Greg. He's a brilliant artist. Thank you everyone for coming. And see you guys tomorrow. So, as per usual, for you all probably know it, but just hang around and you'll get transferred to Max Greg. He's a really stylized artist with a very cool style, very unique. So do click follow when you if you like his stuff, so he gets some love. And I'll continue the recap tomorrow. Bye.